Hey, what's going on guys? It's Chris Mack, and today I'm going to be filming my first ever cooking video. And I'm really excited to share my recipes with you guys because some of you have been asking what I eat or what I cook. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a tofu pan-fried recipe. Now this is a vegan recipe. I am on a plant-based diet, so this is going to be healthy, it's quick and easy to do, and without further ado, let's get to it. So what you want to do first is get your tofu and a little bit of paper. Now I do use the firm tofu, okay? So they're easier to cut, they're easier to pan fry, they don't really get all like messy in the pan. So what you want to do is come on in here. So that's my tofu on the board right there. That's the firm tofu. You just want to make sure that all the water is kind of squeezed out of it. So you can just kind of put paper towels over it and then put something heavy on it, like a bowl, like that. But really, I'm just going to press it out for today. If you fry like wet tofu, it's not going to turn out very crispy on the outside, so you want to make sure that all the water is kind of like in the paper, right? So take that out as much as possible. You can pat it, you can leave it like with a plate on it for like 20 minutes if you want. That can help you. Whatever it takes to get this tofu perfect. So I'm just going to leave that there for a little bit and set it aside. This is the most important part, okay? The sauce. This is what's going to be covering the tofu. And this is what's going to make everything have that flavor. Alright, so 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. So 1, 2, and then you want to put some sriracha in there. This is going to give it the kick. Alright, 1 tablespoon of sriracha. You have no idea how many times we've taken this part because the sriracha's not coming out. But, okay, 1 tablespoon. I just spat. 1 tablespoon of sriracha. I've opened the cap because it doesn't want to come out. Okay, that's a little bit more than 1 tablespoon, but that's fine. I like spicy food. Okay, and then 1 tablespoon of onion powder. And then maple syrup. This is the good stuff. 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. So you're gonna make that tofu a little bit sweet. It's gonna be delicious. 1 tablespoon of olive oil as well. And that smells delicious already. Now, at the end of the recipe, of the tofu recipe, we're gonna be putting some nutritional yeast in it. You can get that at any Whole Foods kind of supermarkets here in Singapore, or you can order it online. I think it's pretty cheap online actually, so do that. Now you just wanna let that sauce kind of mix up a little bit, and then once your tofu's ready, you just coat the tofu with the sauce. All right, I almost forgot. We're supposed to add Worcestershire. We're supposed to add Worcestershire. I had a pronunciation test about 3 weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and this was one of the words that we had to learn how to pronounce, and I still don't know how to do it, so I'm gonna Google it.
You are one pathetic loser.
Worcestershire. Worcestershire.
So we're gonna add some of that sauce into here, okay? That's about 1 tablespoon. Now you can see your sauce kind of getting a little bit more liquidy and easy to coat your tofu later on. And then we're just gonna unwrap that and cut it into like small little pieces, okay? So you just wanna get it into kind of like cube pieces and make sure that it's even, okay? Because if it's not even, you're not gonna cook them all at the same time. And then you wanna cut them this way. So small little cube pieces, just like that. Then, here's the fun bit. You just coat it. You coat all your tofu in your sauce. So you just put them in there. You kind of see what I mean by if you don't get firm tofu, they'll all just kind of like flop into a huge mess. So what you want to really do is like let it marinate in your fridge for a little bit, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. But for the sake of this video, I'm just gonna cook it right away. Okay, next step. Get your pan nice and hot. Now remember, don't put it in if it's not like smoking hot yet, okay? Because you want that crispiness on the outside, and if it's not hot enough, it's not gonna be crispy. Okay, cool. Pan's nice and hot. It's kind of smoking a little bit. You wanna add some oil in there so your tofu doesn't stick. It's time to cook it. Just put the oil around a little bit, and then you add the tofu. Also, while that's cooking, I'm not gonna get into the science of it because it's too in-depth, but there's a lot of like misinformation about tofu and soy products. So pretty much a lot of people say that it's high in estrogen, and so that's not good for males, but that's not the truth. There's actually a thing called phytoestrogen in soy products, which clings to your estrogen receptors in your body. So if you test the estrogen in your body while eating a lot of soy products, it's gonna come up with a high estrogen level, but that's really not the case. It's a thing called phytoestrogens, which kind of acts like estrogens, but it's not, okay? Anyway, tofu's cooking. Well, it's getting a little crispy. You flip it on the other side, you can see it's nice and charred now. And honestly, I wish you guys could smell it. It smells so good in here, but you can't, so too bad.
Okay.
Usually I would put this on top of rice. I like to eat my tofu with rice, but we don't have that right now. This is a new apartment, so we don't have that. So what I'm gonna be doing today is I'm gonna be making couscous instead. This is really healthy, so we're gonna go ahead and boil some of this and then put the tofu on top of that. Also, I forgot to add the Worcestershire sauce, however you want to pronounce it. Make sure it's vegan, alright? Because if you get the original one, it's actually got some animal products in there. So you can order it online. I think that's the easiest way to get it in Singapore. Okay, so couscous is ready. It's all cooked up. This is the easiest thing to make. It's kind of like rice. You just pour water into it, put it over a fire, and then it'll cook by itself. It's kind of like boiling. And then you want to plate your tofu. So it's nice and charred now, as you can see. To add some color, you want to add some cherry tomatoes. I just sliced them in half, and then you just put it to the side. Sorry about the presentation. It's not the prettiest, but I can guarantee you it is delicious. Now, just to top it off, I like to put spring onion just because I think it makes food taste a lot better. All right, so what you want to do is just cut off the end bits, and then 2 small chops. You don't have to add too much if you don't like this. You don't have to add it at all. It's really optional. And then just add that on there. All right, to top it off, grab a spoon and add some nutritional yeast onto your meal. Now that was just a quick little recipe for today. It really doesn't take that long, like 15-25 minutes. So you can take it to school or work, whatever it is. If you don't have a lot of time, this is an easy recipe. It's healthy as well, and it is plant-based. So if you're living that lifestyle, this is perfect for you. Now make sure to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you next week.